Hey, Bri the Not Thai Guy. My wife says I should call myself Bri the Thai Guy, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right because I wasn't born here. She said I was in another life, but okay, that's probably another story. Anyway, look what we're doing. We're rice farming today. We're here with Pratana's cousin and sister-in-law. This is her property along with her husband who's over there. I don't know, can you see him? He's way over there using a weed whacker to cut some things. But we're gonna go down in the rice paddy in a little bit. And we're actually, excuse my finger, we're actually gonna plant some rice. Now I lost my wife somewhere. I don't know where, we'll find out. There's a couple of fish ponds here as well too. The fish ponds 1 and 2, and then very ingenious system. The water from the the water from the fish pond, the excess water is drawn off across the road that I'm standing on and then is deposited down here or drains down here into the rice paddy, feeding the rice with very important nutrients from the fish's poo. Yes, from fish poo. So it's a very ecologically friendly place, and there's banana trees. You can see these here as well too. And as I said, we're going to get down in the rice in a little bit, so I got to go do that. We'll be back. All right, the Not Thai Guy back. You see behind me the young banana trees, which have just been planted here, and between the rows, I don't know, can you see it? But between the rows, there's a lot of water, so they're irrigated, at least at this stage where they're growing quite young. I don't know that that's pokati, as the Thai people would say, which means normal, because we've been on other banana farms or plantations, and we've not seen this amount of water. But between each row, you can see the bananas are planted on the high ground, so it may just be another method. Behind here, you can see more rice fields, and almost fell into one. And here behind, almost fell into that one. And behind me here is another rice paddy. So like I said, we're going to get down in the water, I think, because we're going to be transplanting some extra rice plants where the original planters didn't get enough in one corner, so they want us to fill that corner in. That's our job for this evening. Let's see how it goes. You can see here up ahead of me is kook, and here on the ground in front of me are the rice plants that we will be planting in the corner of one of these rice fields where there's not enough rice growing. Oh, I see, it's this corner down here. Yeah, we're going to be putting some plants in there. Thai Cobb. For you, easy for me. Alana? You can walk here or walk back to that corner. Oh, ไม่เป็นไร ไม่เป็นไร เอาไป. I'm telling her, no problem, never mind, I want to walk. So, yeah, beautiful evening, no? And rice all around us, everywhere. But this beautiful evening, and I keep promising you we're going to get down in there. So down there in that basket, those are the rice plants we're going to be planting, or that's some of them. And yes, those are footprints in the mud. We're going to get down in the mud and plant some of these in just a moment. But this is what we're here for. We're going to make big impact on this poorly planted corner of this rice paddy. We're going to make it look better. I hope so, anyway. Okay, you know you're on a Thai rice farm in a Thai rice paddy when you look down at the ground and you see someone's phone just laying there in the rice paddy. And it's not lost, it's just where she left it for the moment. She, meaning Pratana's sister-in-law, was doing the planting of this rice in here. I'm trying not to step on the rice as I walk through. Oh, there I go. I got my first mud on my feet. Yeah, got my first mud on my feet. So I'm walking down here to see this. See, this is sparsely planted. And I'm trying not to hurt any of the plants because each plant produces rice. So, you know, if you step on them, you're hurting them. So you try to be careful not to step on them. Huh? Oh, I like the feel without. The cook just said I should wear my shoes, but I like the feel without. Am I? Ooh, feels okay. Sway, 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 sway. Okay, so here we see the
อัน
rice.
นี้มันเยอะ
Uh-huh.
แบ่งออกสักประมาณ2 หรือ 3 ต้น
And it's gonna get
ทูที
put into the ground.
นี่
She's gonna show how,
ทีนี้
and then I'm gonna have to do it.
จ้ะ
But
2
I'm
ต้น
walking
จ้ะ
in the
ทีนี้
mud
เอาตรงที่
now.
ว่าง
Ah,
ตรง
in
ไหน
the
ว่าง
water part. Thai.
แค่นี้แหละ
ต้องใส่ลึกแค่ไหนคะ
ก็ใส่แค่
Uh,
ใส่แค่เราเอาเราเอา
about Thai.
เราเอาหัวแม่มือนี่เอาหัวแม่มือเหน็บลงไปแบบนี้เลย
Oh, Thai with
แค่
your
พอแล้ว
thumb. You push it down with your thumb
ใช่ใช่
into the
เดี๋ยว
ground.
มันขึ้นทีนี้เราก็ไปหาตรงไหนที่มันว่างๆเลย
Ah,
so she said just look for
empty places.
empty spots
ลองดูไหม
So we're gonna look for empty spots in Thai. How long do?
อ๋อ
I want to
โอเค
try.
ได้ค่ะได้
Cook too. I want to see Cook
Mình-
plant her
chim
first rice plant. Will this be your first ever? Cook? Is this your first ever rice planting?
เดี๋ยวเราค่อยไป
And she
ล้าง
brought her nagag, her mask, and of course she brought her purse. That was smart. Oh, see?
well I told you we were going to rice
เอ
field
อนี่แหละแม่ลงตรงนั้น
mask
Okay, so I'm down in it as well too. My feet are nice and full of mud already. Sorry for the hand here, but I got to show you my feet. I think it's good. Yeah. Okay, well maybe you saw and didn't see. Who cares? Anyway, we're doing it.
น้ำหอมหมูฟาร์มหมู
She said she's gonna walk backwards. There's Cook's very first rice plant. Did you stick it down in the mud with your thumb?
yes
Very good. Okay, let's see another one. Let's see another one. Da, dee.
oh wait I said no
Well, I thought it was
like
okay.
that yes
Okay, you proud of yourself?
yes
Yeah. Is it county owl or is it regular
อัน
rice?
นี้ข้าวเหนียวข้าวเหนียวหรือข้าวขาวคะ
ข้าวขาวข้าวเจ้า
ข้าวขาว is normal rice
Ah, Pocatina. Okay. Okay. Oh, a lot to do.
นี่แหละ
Okay,
มันมี
let's
ที่
get
ว่าง
to it.
I just put new
Put Thai, what are you doing?
ดำนา
Look at me.
เดี๋ยว
Hurry before it's over.
yes
Okay, here I go. I got my plants here. Kind of hard to hold this phone and plant these at the same time, and I don't want to drop the phone in. That's for sure. But here I go. I'm trying to get my plant. I got my plant. Am I? And now I'm gonna push it down. Brian's first rice plant.
มันเป็นประสบการณ์เนอะก็ไม่เคยทำนะเนี่ย
Now that's the good news. I got one in. Bad news is my hand's full of mud and I can't turn the camera off. Let's try. Okay, back in the rice field. I sense I may be the very first American in this field. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I planted some of my first rice and I'm told I have to come back in December if I want to eat any of it. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so what does a rice grower do after a rice grower's done growing rice or planting rice? They sit on the edge of their pond and wash their feet. That's what they do. And hope they don't fall in because it's about 2 meters deep. And there's some big fish in there. Okay, so here's the two ponds. And you see there's fish down in there. And there's a pump in the middle that is solar powered. And you can see the blue pipe, one going to the left, one going to the right. And that's what fills these ponds with fresh water. The owner, which is Pratana's cousin, was just telling us that quite often people come and steal her fish from the pond. They come early in the morning with a net. They feed the fish come to the surface and they throw the net in and steal the fish. And as we showed you earlier, there's the bananas back there, and then where we were just at is the rice over here on this side of our cars. It's really quite simple, but at the same time, it's I was going to say complicated, but it's not complicated. It's quite simple, but must be cared for. That's what I mean. Another byproduct of the rice fields and the fish pond is coconut plants. So these are coconut, I guess you'd say seedlings. And there were a couple of them growing here on the side of the pond. I take you back down here to see, there's a banana tree there, the little guy. And then right at the base of the banana tree, you see the coconut sprout. And then there's a bigger one down here, another coconut sprout. And they'll dig these out and then take them back to their home, or they'll sell them to those who want to grow coconut trees, of course. So there's always something here that can be used in some tamachat way. Tamachat, nature, tamachat. As I mentioned earlier, here's the pump. You see the well point here at the center of the pipe, and the pump is, we call it a well point pump. It goes straight down the pipe. And then here on the top are solar panels. And that's what's powering this electric pump, which is drawing water from the earth here. And when the ponds need water, they turn on this red valve and out the water will come. I probably could do it. Let's try. See if I get any. Oh, you have to push this down or over. I don't want to break it, so I'm going to leave it. I don't want to break it, because if I break it, I buy it. No, I don't want to buy it. I got enough to spend money on. But really simple system, highly effective system. Here is the drain pipe from the pond, one of the ponds, that goes under this little dirt road that then connects to the rice paddy on the other side and feeds the rice paddy with fresh water during the low water season. We're now in monsoon, so there's no need for it to be running, but you can see there is water coming out of the pipe. There is excess coming from the ponds. So this is nutrient rich, having been fed from the fish poo. And that's one of two. There's another one down the way here. So here we are still in rice fields, but we're in some different fields right now. These are owned by a friend of ours from Finland. She has a lot of rice fields here that are leased to, or I shouldn't say leased to, they're sharecropped with some farmers, a few local farmers. And what they do is those farmers, those rice growers, let's call them that, they do the planting and the care of the rice fields, and when the harvest comes, they pay their rent, if you want to call it that, to our friend, Pratana. They pay her a percentage from the crop. I'm not going to talk about what percentage or whatever, that's her business. But anyway, this is how it works. And as you can see everywhere I turn out here, there are rice fields. So she's got a very good sized piece of land in this particular area for rice cultivation, a lot of it. So here in the rice fields, it's getting to be later evening. Sun is going down, and you can see and hear the sounds of the rice field, lots of frog sounds and cricket sounds. And up above, these beautiful lush trees, these are mango trees. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there's at least a dozen of them on this road. And then over here, this is all mango. And these also belong to our friend who owns the not Thai guy, back in the rice fields of our friend. I wanted to clarify something I just learned, that actually she has the rice farmers who do the farming of her land for her, and then the rice that is harvested, the farmers keep 70% of that rice, and 30% of that rice is collected and paid back to her. Of that 30% of the rice, she gives all of it to her family. So she feeds all of her family on what is her share of the rice that comes from her land. So her investment is in the land itself, not what it's producing at this point in time. And it's really remarkable how much generosity she has to give back to her family. I don't know a lot of people who would do that. So kudos to Pratana. Another shot from the rice fields. You can see the rice bundles, the unplanted rice still laying in the corner of the field, yet it's not been planted. It will be, otherwise it doesn't make any money, but this still needs to be planted and will be planted within the next day or so.